Hi there, my name is Lo, welcome to my channel where I discuss everything between Hermes and grocery bags. Today I wanted to do kind of a tea and thoughts type of video. Next to me I have my Givenchy Pandora in the small size, and it's not just for eye candy because it fits the topic that I wanted to discuss today. This bag is often considered an ugly bag, and I wanted to talk about why I think we should stop calling bags ugly. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while now because it does come up once every so often, and by the way, it's not on my channel, fortunately. So if you are a subscriber, please know this is not about you, this is not about my subscriber base. But I'm not only a content creator, I'm also still a avid viewer and consumer of luxury YouTube, and I do feel once every so often there's sort of this storm about an ugly bag. So I think perhaps most notably in the recent past with the Chanel 22, of which people either loved it and other people would say it's ugly and that it looks like a garbage bag. And I know that nobody talks about Balenciaga anymore after everything that went down last November, but they also really produced a lot of bags that people were just saying were ugly. Frankly, they were most likely also producing these types of bag to get a bit of provocation out of it. And not only do people huddle up in the comments to say that bags are ugly, but sometimes I also see content creators bring it out. So they will make a video about a bag they think is ugly, or they will even make videos mentioning 10 bags that they think are ugly. And it kind of bothers me for a number of reasons. So first of all, ugly is just an adjective, and it's a very subjective one at that. I really don't like people using the word ugly as if it's factual, because it's just an opinion. If you need to say it, then say that you think something is ugly or you find something ugly. Don't just state it as if it is ugly. Whether it is going to be very much in the eye of the beholder. I also think people should stop using it as if it's all overpowering. So thinking something is ugly doesn't take away the objective benefits that a bag may have, like the versatility or the quality or materials or craftsmanship. So I think the Givenchy Pandora is a very good example of that, because yes, a lot of people think it's ugly, but objectively it's also a very practical bag. It has compartments that actually make sense. It's versatile because it has a top handle and a crossbody strap. The craftsmanship is beautiful, and it's also very hard wearing, especially in the Pepe leather that I have over here. And that's also why people who can appreciate the looks of it will often fall in love with this bag just of how convenient it is. So you might not like the way it looks, but it doesn't take away all of the objective benefits that it has. Secondly, I think ugly is really a very strong adjective to use. When I was a kid, and I grew up mostly in the 90s and the early 2000s, I was already taught to choose my adjectives more conservatively, because usually your feelings about especially these objects are not going to be that strong. Personally, I don't have any strong, at least negative, feelings about the appearances of bags. And I highly doubt that others do either, because if you do, I would actually feel kind of sad for you. That something is actually so ugly to you that it repulses you or something. Like looking at this bag makes you feel sick to your stomach as if you're smelling a very bad odor. And honestly, personally, I'm just getting too old to spare negative energy on things like this. Bags give me joy, and there's a lot of them out there that don't appeal to me or that I can only appreciate from a distance. Bags that look really cool on other people and don't look cool on me, but I can honestly not think of one that I dislike so much that I would use an adjective like ugly for it. Thirdly, saying bags are ugly or saying that somebody's bag is ugly, it just adds a lot of negativity to the conversation, and I'm not really sure why people want to do that. We're talking about fun and frivolous things here. Nobody gets anything out of you saying that a bag is ugly, and if you get something out of it, I can only suppose that you are trolling, and that would again make me feel kind of sad for you. Then my fourth point is that it's just rude. We often pay good money to have these things, and they are part of our personal style as well quite often. Honestly, I don't care what you think. It's perfectly fine if you don't like the things that I like, but I do care when people go out of their way to say something unkind to me or to somebody else, especially when you could have very easily have decided not to do that. Why would you watch a video about a bag that you find ugly and that you are never going to buy? And then if you do decide to watch a video like that, then why do you feel the urge that you need to comment and say something kind of rude to somebody? I really don't get it. And perhaps that's again because I'm an 80s child and I grew up in the 90s. Like when I grew up, there was no internet and there was no texting. So if you want to say to somebody that their bag was ugly, you would either have to pick up your landline or you would have to go to them in person and tell them to their face. And because you had to approach people on a more personal level to tell them these things, you would think twice about doing that. So don't be rude just because you're behind a screen. You are still dealing with real people here. Please treat others the way that you would want to be treated. So I know I've been ranting for a good amount of minutes right now. You might think that I'm sensitive, or perhaps have the opinion that if you have nothing good to say, then you probably shouldn't say anything at all. But it's really not about that. It is absolutely not. I think a lot of content creators even over apologize for making videos about items that they are not buying, items they don't like, items that haven't worked out for them, while they are actually going about these things in a very respectful manner. But that brings me also to the last point. I think that ugly is an extremely lazy and also quite an empty adjective. Like, please use your words. Tell me what you are not liking about something. Tell me why it has no appeal to you. Like, roast a bag if you must. I've heard somebody say about the Balenciaga motorcycle bag that they don't like it because it looks like it's going to ride off on a Harley into the sunset. I know there's people who don't like the puzzle bag because all of the stitched pieces of leather give them associations with horror movies. I mean, it's all fine, but please just tell me why you don't like something. Don't just say something is ugly. I'm super interested in hearing people's opinions and thoughts about the items that I have, the items that are object of discussion. Just do it in a bit more of an elaborate and eloquent and respectful way. And I think we can all be good then with one another. Today I just focused on a very narrow topic, right? It's just one word and it's only with regards to bags. But you can also understand that this is much wider or broader than just calling bags ugly. I think there's a lot of bigger YouTubers out there or content creators that would be very happy if that's the worst thing that hit them. Like, there's people making mean comment videos nowadays, and I find it absolutely bonkers that you get so many mean comments that you can start making videos about them. Like, what is wrong with people? And I love this community, but I do feel that there's this meanness that can lurk in the shadows sometimes, and it's something that almost kept me from doing YouTube in the first place, and it can still concern me sometimes as my channel grows. So I'm just hoping that if we can focus on sharing our love for handbags instead of sharing drama, if we can choose our words a bit more respectfully and eloquently, we can all make a positive contribution, and that we can all feel better having watched a video or having read comments rather than feeling worse. So thanks for listening to my rant today. Of course, if you have any thoughts about this topic, feel free to share them down below in the comments. Obviously, please be respectful. Thanks for watching. Remember, for now, there's a styling, a situation, and a taste for everything. So don't judge. Wear whatever the bag you like. Until next time, or as we'd say in Dutch. Doei!